Hey guys, welcome to our first ever virtual sports awards ceremony. I'm coming to you guys from our wonderful new facility. We've really been blessed by this place. Our board members and Mr. Bustle just did an outstanding job in getting this goal accomplished. And it really is a dream come true. Mr. Bustle talks about how this has been a dream for about 20 years. And now it's finally here. And this is something that you guys are going to be able to enjoy playing basketball, volleyball, getting out of the heat for PE, coming in here and playing a lot of different games. So we are extremely excited about this, and we can't wait for you guys to be back to enjoy it. This year we had just an unbelievable year. It's been the best year that Palmetto Charter's ever had athletically, and a lot of that has to do with you guys. The student athletes were just unbelievable this year, played with a high level of character, just did a great job with their effort, and all the different coaches who helped out just volunteered their time, poured their heart into you guys, and I just can't thank them enough. I would also like to thank Mrs. Council, who keeps up with the website for us. She's also going to be printing all of your awards that can be picked up here in a couple of days for you guys to get. I also want to thank Kelly Burton, who's been a huge help with all of the end of the year videos. She's going to be editing this video, and we just can't thank her enough for all the time that she's put into making sure that this was possible. Last but not least, I want to make sure that I thank Mr. Bustle because he's always just been a great person to go to for advice. He always just looks out for the best interests of the student athlete. He really cares about athletics, and he's just been a huge help along the way for the past 8 years that I've been here. So I'd just like to make sure that we thank Mr. Bustle. First off, what we usually do every year is we give out an Athlete of the Month. I want to go ahead and go through all of the recipients of those awards this year. We give them out at lunchtime. The Athlete of the Month goes from somebody who always comes to practice, has a great attitude, excels on the field, and has just been a great student athlete for us for that month. So for September, we have Ben Phillips and Emily Carter. October, Trey Barkey, Connor Infante, and Ava Light. November, Kaylin Dunaway and Christian Kretzer. December, Catherine Mercer, Haley Roberts, and Casey Phillips. January, Talon Cruz and Lily Bosque. February, Adrian Pacheco and Ellie Amarez. Congratulations to all you athletes of the month. You did just an outstanding job for us, not only that month, but a lot of you guys all year long, because we have multiple students that play multiple sports here at Palmetto Charter. We have a lot of awards to give out today, so we're going to go ahead and get started with JV Volleyball. JV Volleyball had a great year this year. They were coached by Coach Metzler and Jessica Ryherd. I would also like to thank Jessica Ryherd because she was just a huge help in our golf scramble this year. We raised the most money we've ever had. A lot of that thanks to Jessica and all her hard work that she put in to help me and Mr. Durrance make sure that golf scramble was successful. So for our JV Volleyball, these are the players that played for us this year: Kate Carula, Amelia Hume, Violet Johnson, McKenna Lee, Miranda Fowler, Caitlin Ryherd, Alex Ryherd, Chloe Carter, Marley Yoakum, Kayla Slovak, Cora Setter, Brooke Brinker, Ava Petzold, Alicia Light, Zeta Ordonez, Georgia Sauerbeck, and Caroline Gage. I'll go ahead and pass it off to Coach Metzler and Coach Ryherd.
Good evening, everyone. Mrs. Ryherd and I coach the JV volleyball team. I'd like to thank Mrs. Ryherd for all of her help. She's very enthusiastic about volleyball, and that transferred over to the girls. She was their biggest cheerleader, and they really responded to her very well. She's also the liaison with the parents, so that worked out great too, so that they got all the information that they needed.
We had a really great year thanks to the leadership of Coach Metzler. The girls really look up to her, and they learned a lot of new skills this year. And Coach Metzler was always really great with practices and building on the skills that the girls had already learned, but adding on to those skills as well. And I think that her leadership really showed through the girls and the way that they performed this season. We had 16 girls on our JV team. Their skill levels range from just starting out to play, and then also others that were building on skills from the previous year. Some had extra coaching programs that they did outside in the community as well. We concentrated on learning and practicing the basic skills and knowledge of the game. This gives them a good foundation when they go on to play on the varsity team. We played 8 matches, which gave us a lot of experience. Since we had 16 girls and only 6 can play at a time, we did our best to get everyone as much playing time as we could. That was always on our minds at each match. The girls were great about coming to practice and working hard. We look forward to seeing them all go on to play on the varsity team.
We have 3 players that we've chosen for awards. Actually, the first 2 players were the offensive and defensive players. And we actually, at the end of the season, had the girls go ahead and vote for those 2 players. The first is a defensive player. This player worked very hard during the season. She's very enthusiastic about volleyball and also playing on a team. In addition to school practice, she went to extra practices on Saturdays at a clinic in the area, and she also practiced at home. All of her hard work showed up in the matches. She made a lot of great defensive plays and kept the point going and kept us in the game. Her defensive play resulted in a lot of points on our side of the scoreboard. The defensive player, the girls voted for Alex Reichert. The offensive player, in volleyball, the serve starts each point. This player can always be counted on to get the ball in play, to get the serve over the net. She's very coachable and has a great attitude. She's a very steady player and an all-around great girl. Her serve and court play were the key to our success in our matches. The player that the girls voted for offensive player is McKenna Lee. We also gave a leadership award. Each season, there's always a player who emerges as the team leader. They're filled with enthusiasm, and they get the girls to rally around each other and become a team. This player would always get the girls together for warm-ups and continually cheered them on. She loves volleyball and went to extra coaching clinics also on Saturdays. She's always looking to improve her game and be there for her team. The Leadership Award goes to Caitlin Reichert.
All right, thank you, Coach Metzler and Coach Reichert. Next up, we have Varsity Volleyball, who was coached by Billy Urice and Amy Skillman. Our varsity volleyball team had just an unbelievable year this year, as you'll hear from Coach Urice here in a second. But I just also wanted to extend my congratulations to our varsity volleyball team for winning the first ever championship in Palmetto Charter School's history. So congratulations, ladies. These were the players for our varsity volleyball team: Charlize Constant, Catherine Mercer, Natalia Deans, Kaylee Smith, Haley Layton, Riley Skillman, Emily Carter, Alyssa Urice, Jenna Bryan, Ellie Amarez, Ava Light, and Kalia Peters. Go ahead and pass it along to you, Coach Urice.
Hello, PCS family. I'm the very proud 2019-2020 volleyball coach at Palmetto Charter School, and we were champions. First time ever. I'm very proud to say. Might have a little chip on my shoulder, but I sure am proud. We were a product of a bunch of wonderful families, a bunch of wonderful kids, and number one, a great school. I can't say enough about how blessed I am to have been in contact with your daughters, you kids, the school, It was really, really an enjoyment. I've been able to coach or play for probably 40 years at every level you can think of. And I must say this is one of the most fun seasons I've ever had in my life. I love the fact that we gave these girls a lot of responsibility. We gave these girls that, your moms and dads are at home and we're here. One team, one goal. We did some neat things. We worked through a captain, my captain, Emily Carter. She was voted on and she took care of a lot of the day-to-day stuff that we did as a team. We didn't have a lot of interaction with moms and dads, which is pretty neat for 6th, 7th, and 8th graders. We were able to communicate very well that way, and it seemed to work out. I think it was better for the girls that way. I do believe they learned a lot of lessons from that. Emily did a fantastic job. Also, my girls did a fantastic job with it, and so did my parents. We were excited how the season turned out. Going into this, my number one goal is not to win a championship, not to even win a game. It's terrible to say that, but my goal is to get these girls ready to play high school volleyball and enjoy that, to teach them as much as I can, the best possible way I can to do things the right way. We have some awards this year. We did very, very well. So a lot of the awards could go all different ways. We usually vote on these awards, but I took some performance awards away and I did some stuff a little bit different because we weren't able to get together as much. I do have a most valuable player. It's no question this was our MVP. No question what the girls thought of her. They voted her my captain, number one. She is a wonderful child. She's a responsible child, and she dictated what I wanted her to the girls incredibly. Her play on the court, we wouldn't be who we were, anything about it without her. Emily Carter is my team MVP. My coach's award might be the easiest award to give. You might say that's kind of strange, but probably about the third practice in, I thought, man, I got one sweet little girl here. I got a girl that every time I ask for something, she steps back and lets someone else have it. I got somebody that, Coach, let me help you here. Coach, let me help you here. Coach, what can I do? Thank you, Coach. Thank you, Coach. Thank you, player. Just a sweet kid. Biggest heart that I've seen. I mean, I get a little bit of time with these kids, but man, this kid's just was a blessing to be around. My coach's award goes to Kaylee Smith. Now, my most improved award. Now, I didn't do offense, defense. I did most improved because I think it means something. We're playing in our championship game. We have several girls that's mainstays. They have a place in. They weren't having their best game. I had 2 girls come in and took it to the house. Straight to the house. 2 girls that didn't play a lot. That were great teammates. They were role players. They did their job. But when it was time to get in there and all you were at that game, know the 2 girls I'm talking about. These 2 girls stepped it up. That we could not have won that championship without these 2 girls. And these 2 girls were not in my starting 6. These 2 girls got to play when they could. These 2 girls made the best of everything that they could. No less than anyone else on our team. But when it came down to it, these are the 2 girls that if you were at that game and you watched who served them out of that gym, was these 2 girls. My girl Ellie Maris and Kalia Peters. I can't tell you as a coach how incredible it is that 2 girls, non-starters, non-role, not a main role player, but a role player, could come in and work that hard all year long. And at the end of the day, we're leaning on my 2 girls, my 2 reserves to come in. That is strong. That tells you what kind of group I had. That tells you the blessing that I had as these girls. To coach these girls and be with these girls. Also, I had one of the greatest assistant coaches there was. I mean, if you ever saw 2 opposite people, it was me and Mrs. Skillman. I mean, everything just went well for us this year. I want to pass all the blessings off to you girls that there is. I can't wait to watch you next year. I can't wait to maybe dance at one of your weddings. I just can't wait to see what God has in store for you guys. But remember, be the best that you are. Be the best that God gave you to be. Let's not try to be everyone else. Okay? I love you guys. Take care. I miss you. Go Eagles. Here we come again next year. We're coming back strong. We're coming for you. Peace out.
All right, thank you very much, Coach Urice, and congratulations once again, ladies, on a fantastic year. Next up, we have flag football, which was coached by myself and Mr. Bustle. Ellis Knickerbocker, Sammy Levita, Will Weaver, Tony Pacheco, Adrian Pacheco, Sierra Zika, Kaya Zika, Zane Constantine, Ethan Ham, Zachary Barkey, Hudson Roberts, Connor Infante, Talon Cruz, Ben Phillips, Casey Phillips, Trey Barkey, Cooper Stover, William Hadaway, and Cooper Duquette. I'm going to let Mr. Bustle talk here in a minute, but I just wanted to make sure that I said something because this was just an unbelievable year for us. It was just a joy to coach all of these guys and girls. We just had a really fun year. We made it to the semifinals in our Florida Suncoast League playoffs. Lost in a tough game against SSIS, but it really could have went either way, and we very well could have been in that championship game. But I appreciate all the guys' efforts and girls' efforts and attitudes this year. And I'm going to let Mr. Bustle go ahead and hand out the awards. For this year, we had 3 awards to give out, an MVP, an offensive MVP, and a defensive MVP. All right, Mr. Bustle.
I want to congratulate our boys and girls flag football team for an outstanding season. We'll start with our MVP, Ben Phillips. Our quarterback did an outstanding job leading our offense, helped out some on defense. We appreciate all of Ben's hard work in leading our team to a great year. Also staying on the offensive side of the ball, Tony Pacheco is recognized as our Offensive Player of the Year. Had an outstanding season playing center, no bad snaps. Everything we threw that was catchable, he picked it off and caught it and ran it for big yards. He was an invaluable part of our offense. Look forward to having Tony back next year. And Connor Infante is our MVP on defense. Did a great job pulling flags, hunting down kids that were really maybe a little faster than him, but positioning himself well for a great season with lots of flag pulls. And he is our defensive MVP. Thanks again, flag football team, for an outstanding season. It was a pleasure for Coach and I to be a part of your team this year, and look forward to seeing many of you back next year. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Mr. Bustle. Next up, we have cross country, which was coached by Kelly Burton and Liz Castile. Thank you guys so much for all the work that you did with our cross country team. As you'll see in a second, we have a lot of people that participated in our cross country season. And a lot of that is attributed to just the work that Liz and Kelly put in to our season, making sure running is fun for our kids, and just did a great job coaching them. Our girls got second place. We lost in a tiebreaker, unfortunately. It was just a great race at the end of the year. It's the best finish we've ever had. We had just some outstanding runners this year. And the future's bright because we have a lot of younger athletes running for us this year. So it should be an exciting time next year when we're going to be able to host the Florida Suncoast League Championship on our campus. So it'll be a pretty exciting time for our cross-country team for next year. All right, these were the runners that ran for us this year for our boys varsity team. Alfonso Cacique, Colton Klein, Christian Kretzer, Reed Miller, Grant Elmore, Shane Partridge, Daniel Gagnigal, Brandon Bell, Jake Layton. For our girls varsity, Kaylin Dunaway, Ashley Massman, Ava Guzman, Leilani Cruz, Kayla Slovak, Mallory Stevenson, Madison Tanner, Gina Burke, Alex Ryherd, and Caitlin Ryherd. And for our JV runners, Zachary Hubert, Marcus Espinosa, Vincent Prohl, Dewinski Lorfils, Will Bowie, Sophia Vasquez, and Libby Derrick. We'll go ahead and hand it over to Coach Burton.
Thanks, Coach Levitt. This was the third season that I've had the pleasure of coaching with Coach Lowe, and I want to take a moment to thank her. Liz, I couldn't do this without you. We had a really exciting year, especially with our girls' team. Our girls placed first at nearly every meet this season. We have 4 girls who consistently placed in the top 20 out of around 100 runners. Not to discount our boys, they trained alongside our girls and worked just as hard. We have a young team, especially our boys, and they held their own against the other teams, some of which have runners twice their size. The difference a few years makes for our boys is huge, and we expect to see greater rewards for their efforts in the coming years. My first award speaks to that fact. These are my runners to watch. Last year, when he was in 4th grade, I named him one of my rising stars, and this year he certainly proved me right. As a 5th grader, he ran a personal best at nearly every meet. At our championship race, he fought hard to earn his top placement of the year, placing 5th among runners who stand more than a foot taller than him. His top competitors were all in 8th grade this year, so we are absolutely looking forward to a highly decorated season from him as he enters middle school next year. Congratulations, Colton Klein. The other runner we have our eyes on was new to our school and our team this year. She joined us with some records under her belt and was an integral part of our girls' success. She consistently placed in the top 15 and often in the top 10 and helped to secure many first-place finishes for the team. I'm so glad to have 2 more seasons to look forward to watching her grow as a runner and as a student athlete. Congratulations, Leilani Cruz. My next award is the Coaches Award. This award is given to athletes who are not only strong runners, but also dependable teammates. The first is a runner who I've enjoyed coaching for the past 3 years. His hard work and dedication are unparalleled. Every night after cross-country practice, while most of us head home to rest, he instead goes to baseball practice. Injuries don't set him back. Instead, he faces them head-on, adding stretches and strength work to keep him in top condition. He readily takes on a leadership role, leading stretch groups at practice and leading the boys' team through their warm-ups at every meet. I always know I can rely on him to help me and look out for his teammates. Congratulations, Christian Krutzer. This next runner was new to our program this year. I was so thrilled that she was able to join us before I even knew what a competitive runner she would prove to be. She had an impressive record this season with a 6th place finish, a 5th place finish, a 4th place finish, a 3rd place finish, and 2 2nd place finishes. I know she's probably still beating herself up that she didn't nab a 1st place ribbon this year, but I know she will succeed in that goal next season. She was also plagued with injuries, but didn't let them overcome her. She pushed through pain, and I trusted her to know her limits. Even when she sat out of practice, she still stayed to support her teammates and help me out as well. Congratulations, Ava Guzman. My last award is for this year's cross-country MVPs. The first runner also dedicates much of his time to another sport. He is a talented soccer player, and soccer workouts definitely proved to help him as a runner. He placed in the top 20 at nearly every meet this season, and he cracked the top 10 once with a 7th place finish. He was the only 8th grader in all of our varsity team, and we will truly miss him next year. Congratulations, Alfonso Cacique. Our final runner should come as no surprise. She was my other rising star last year and did not disappoint. If you thought Ava's record was fantastic, you'd be right, but check this girl out. She placed top 4 at every single meet. She ended the season with 2 4th place finishes, 1 3rd place finish, 3 2nd place finishes, and 2 1st place finishes. She is a powerhouse, and I am so excited to see what she accomplishes over the next 2 years. Congratulations, Kaylin Dunaway. Back to you, Coach Levitt.
All right, next up we have our girls basketball team, who is coached by myself and Jeremy Jones. Emma Greer, Rebecca Aguilera, Natalia LaPierre, Brianna Roldan, Catherine Mercer, Natalia Deans, Rachel Guadalupe, Emily Carter, Ava Light, Autumn Jones, Cora Setter, Libby Derrick, Brooke Brinker, Kaylin Lawson, Melina Anderson, and Mackenzie Stratt. All right, this year was just an unbelievable year for us. I was blessed to be able to coach this team. They'd made the championship. Some of the 8th graders had been a part of our program for 3 years, and they've made the championship every single year. So their 6th grade year, they were runner-up. 7th grade year, they were also runner-up. We finally got it done this year, and we were able to win the championship, defeating a really tough St. Stephen's team. But I'm really proud of all of our girls. We had a lot of girls on the team this year, and it's really difficult to be able to get everybody in the game all the time. But the girls just had great attitudes, and the future is bright for us as well. We have a lot of younger girls that played for us, so I'm excited about the future. But I'm also just extremely proud of the group that we have, especially our 8th grade group who will go out champions, and they just that game against St. Stephen's was just, I mean, it was really, really fun to watch, and I'm just extremely proud of our girls. So I've got 3 awards to give out. The first award is going to be our defensive award. This player has been with us for 3 years now, and just extremely hard worker, just a great person. I couldn't be more proud to give this very well-deserving person an award, because she just never gave up, always gave her best effort on defense. We wouldn't have won the championship without her, because that's how well she played on defense. The Defensive Player of the Year this year goes to Autumn Jones. Congratulations, Autumn. All right, next up I have a Coaches Award to give out. This year the Coaches Award just goes to somebody who did everything that I asked of them, had just a phenomenal attitude. In the championship game, she wanted us to win so bad. She just, whatever you need, Coach Levitt, I'll do it. Whether that means me being on the bench to cheer on the team, whether that means me being in the game giving 100%. She's just had a great attitude for every year she's been on our basketball team. And she just always has just such an uplifting spirit. She's a great person, and I'm just really proud of how she grew as a basketball player and also as a person. So our Coaches Award this year goes to Emma Greer. All right, congratulations, Emma. Next up, our last award. It's going to be tough to see this person go. This is a pretty easy one to give out. This is going to be our most valuable player. She's just had a great career here at Palmetto Charter. I said earlier that we made the championship game 3 years in a row. A lot of that is attributed to this player. She's our all-time leading scorer, the best girls basketball player in the history of our school. She's just the fiercest competitor I think that I've ever coached. In our St. Stephen's game, she scored 23 points when she was being triple teamed, and just kind of took the team on her back and said, we're not losing this game, and just played her heart out. I could not be more proud of her. Our most valuable player this year goes to Catherine Mercer. Congratulations, Catherine. Congratulations, girls basketball team. You guys just did an outstanding job this year. You're a pleasure to coach. I'm going to miss all of you 8th graders, but I'm so excited about the future of our basketball program in this new gym. You guys are going to get a lot of time to play in here and just really just work on your fundamentals and just grow as basketball teams. All right, next up we have our boys basketball team, which was coached by Coach Durrance and Bo Dunaway. On our basketball team, we had Connor Infante, Miles Smith, Adrian Pacheco, Tony Pacheco, Sawyer Zipper, Mikhail Holmes, Ellis Knickerbocker, Jacoby Lee, Casey Phillips, Ethan Ham, William Hadaway, Cooper Duquette, Connor Gionette, Hudson Roberts, Timmy Mercer, and Riley Davis. Go ahead and turn it over to Mr. Durrance. I'd like to thank Mr. Durrance and Bo Dunaway for all the work they put into our basketball program. It was a lot of fun to watch them play this year, and I'm excited for the future of that program as well.
What's up, guys? This is Coach D.
Coach Bo, how y'all doing?
Listen, we're here because we want to present some basketball awards. Before we get to the awards, we just want to say thank you to our team. We actually started the year this year with 17 players on our middle school boys basketball team. And we had a practice team too. And there was a lot of guys from 5th and 6th grade that came out as well. So overall, we had close to 23, 24 different people on our basketball team this year. And I just want to say thanks to all those guys because they came out, they practiced hard. Every day they were dedicated, as Coach Bo and I were just talking about, to just trying to be better teammate, be better player, develop themselves. And a lot of these guys, when you have 17 players, sometimes it's hard as a coach to try to get everybody in the game. But what I want to say is thanks to those 17 because those guys came out and they practiced and they tried their best, knowing that sometimes some of those games, their play time would be very limited. So hats off to them, to all of them for working really hard and being teammates.
100%.
Now for our season, we had an up-down season. We kind of started a little slow, but I think we kind of found our stride about halfway through the season, especially when we won at Bradenton Christian School. That was a big victory for us just overall as a team for concept-wise, knowing how to play, how to space the court, how to pass, extra pass, find the open man. I mean, our defense was just wonderful this year. Couldn't say enough about our defense. We played defense probably the best in the league. Our ability to be able to change defenses, different types, was almost a high school level. And I appreciate those guys for listening to us.
The hustle was really, really good stuff.
All right, let's get to these awards. Oh, basketball awards. Let's go. All right, guys, for the awards, we would first like to recognize an individual who has been a leader on our team this year and last year, who's been just working really hard, trying to get the rebounds that he needed to, pass the ball, and just kind of will the team in different ways, but especially in defense. This guy was a very tough defensive player, really brought some grit to the team that we really needed for this season. This Defensive Player of the Year award goes to Casey Phillips. Good job, Casey.
Well deserved. His attitude was always great. And for our next award, we felt like someone that brought a real spark to our team early on. It's his first year with our team. He really took well to coaching. He listened, and there were a lot of times that offensively he even carried our team. We want to give Timmy the Rising Star Award. Awesome. Well deserved.
Timmy Mercer, Rising Star. Good job, man. For our third and final award, we want to give this one. This is called the Coaches Award. This is the award that's going to an individual who just really exemplified what we're about here at Palmetto Charter School and with our Palmetto Charter School athletics. A person who's a teammate, a person who's willing to do what it takes to help the team win, but also be there to teach some of the younger guys and just be the example of character for our entire team. And this award is awarded to, the Coaches Award this year is awarded to Ellis Knickerbocker. Good job, Ellis.
Hard work for years.
Yeah, for years, actually, absolutely. And really quick, I just want to say thank you to our 8th graders. We had quite a few 8th graders who've done a lot for us since they've been in 6th grade, 7th grade, and this year. And I just want to thank you for all your dedication to what we've done and our hard work. And likewise, I want to say this to 6th and 7th graders as they're going into 7th and 8th. Our motto this year on the back of our shirts was practice like a champion, act like a champion. And Coach Bo and I, we definitely saw that this year from everyone. But what we want to do is just motivate you guys for next year. We're in this new facility, this new gym, and that's when it's really going to start showing. We're going to have to practice like a champion and continue to act like a champion and hold ourselves accountable and to a high character. And so for you 6th and 7th graders, we are challenging you guys now to it's your time as 7th and 8th grade. Make the most of it. We look forward to having you guys again next year. You'll have a great summer, and we'll catch you later.
All right, thanks, Mr. Durrance. Next up, we have girls soccer, which was coached by Micah Maris and Andy Guzman. Also, I'd like to thank Rob Petzold and Jarrett James for coming out to help our girls as well. Playing for our girls soccer team was Caitlin Ryherd, Alex Ryherd, Ava Guzman, Amelia Hume, Melina Anderson, Savannah Higgins, Catherine Mercer, Lily Bosque, Emily Graham, Ava Petzold, Marley Yoakum, Violet Johnson, Brooklyn Jackson, Ellie Amarez, Alyssa Urias, Mallory Stevenson, Bailey Maker, Megan Rivera, Libby Martinez, and Caroline Gage. I'd like to offer my congratulations to our girls soccer team for winning the first championship for our girls soccer in 5 years. It was definitely a nail biter for the championship. We won in a second round of penalty shots, which if any of you guys have seen a soccer game and watched penalties, it's one of the most nerve-wracking things you can watch. So for our girls to pull that off in the championship game, it was just really exciting to see. I'd just like to congratulate all the girls and all the coaches on just a wonderful season this year. So I'll go ahead and pass it over to Mike as he's going to talk a little bit about our season this year.
Thanks, Coach Levitt, for that intro. I am very super proud of these girls for how hard they fought and accomplishing everything they did this year, being district champs and being the first team in the last 5 years to become district champs. The girls played amazing. We had a fantastic season. They were a great group of girls. Fought hard, and they did a fantastic job and did not buckle under pressure in the finals. So I'm super proud of them for that, and I can't wait for next season. Go Eagles. I would now like to announce this year's Girls Soccer Awards. For Defensive Player of the Year, we chose Melina Anderson. Great job, Melina, on a fantastic year. Being the goalie is very difficult, and Melina did a fantastic job back there, locking it down in the back, so we're super proud of you. Goalies normally don't get all that recognition, but we wanted to go ahead and recognize you this year. Our Offensive Player of the Year, we went with Lily Bosquet. Lily did a fantastic job up front. She was super aggressive and gave us her all every game, so super proud of you, Lily, as well. We went ahead and we put in another award in there. It's a coach's award. So a little of defensive, a little bit of offensive, and that award goes to Violet Johnson. Fantastic job in the midfield, Violet. You did a fantastic job. We're super proud of you. And then our overall award, MVP award for girls soccer, goes to Catherine Mercer. She was our heart and soul up there and pushed through. Catherine did a fantastic job, so we're super proud of you. And being an 8th grader, we're going to be sad to see you go. Congratulations, girls.
All right, thanks, Coach Mike. Next up, we have boys soccer, which I was fortunate enough to coach along with Cole Miller. Adrian Pacheco, Shane Partridge, Alfonso Cacique, Talon Cruz, Ethan Ham, Jake Wyatt, Connor Infante, Trey Barkey, Zachary Barkey, Sammy Lavita, Tony Pacheco, Reed Miller, Cooper Stover, Mikhail Holmes, Dewinski Lorfils, Connor Gionette, Timmy Mercer, Brooklyn Cruz, Holton Klein, Luke Schroeder, and Riley Davis. All right, this year we had a great year for our boys soccer team as well, and with a lot of these teams that I'm announcing, we just had a really, really great year, and a lot of them, it's the best year we've ever had in each sport. Our boys soccer team made it to the championship for the first time in school history. Not only that, this group, attitude-wise, character-wise, coachable, like this team kind of had it all. Unfortunately, we lost in the championship 1-0 to a tough North Manatee Imagine team, but that definitely doesn't have anything to do with the effort that these guys gave us. And they really were just a joy to coach. Me and Coach Miller all the time would say just how much fun practice was. Each game, all the guys came out to play their hardest, and it really was a really special year. I wish we could have got it done, but this is always going to be one of my favorite teams I've ever coached, just because of the way the guys just worked together and the great attitudes that they had. We've got 3 awards to give out. We're going to go ahead and start off with our defensive award. This player was just had an unbelievable attitude, just a great soccer player, really held down our defense. There would be a lot more goals scored without him. He just held it down for us. He's a great player, just a great kid. We're lucky to have him on our team. He's a 7th grader, so we're excited to have him back next year to help lead us to that first ever championship. Our defensive MVP this year goes to Adrian Pacheco. Congrats, Adrian. You did a great job for us. Next up, we have our Coaches Award. Our Coaches Award is going to go to somebody who has never played soccer before. This was their first year. This person is one of the best athletes at our school, but he just never played soccer, so he didn't really know the fundamentals or anything like that. So we tried him out as goalie, and he really just really excelled throughout the year. He was actually voted captain of our team by his peers, and just couldn't be more proud of him, the effort that he gave, and just his willingness to do whatever it took to win and be coachable. I just can't say enough about this athlete. So the recipient of our Coaches Award goes to Trey Barkey. Congratulations, Trey. All right, next up, we have our Most Valuable Player. Our Most Valuable Player this year is going to go to our other captain. He's the all-time leading scorer for our soccer program. He had 23 goals this year for us. Just a great soccer player, and really grew as the year went on with his leadership skills, and really helped out some of our younger guys because we do have a young team. Our Most Valuable Player this year is going to go to Talon Cruz. Just an unbelievable this year, and we're really excited about everything they did for Palmetto Charter and also for what you're going to do in the future. So congrats, Talon. All right, next up, we're going to recognize our cheerleaders for this year. We had cheerleaders for both our basketball program and also for our football program. We can't thank our cheerleaders enough. They did an outstanding job for us, just bringing a lot of energy to each game that we had, really helped us have a home field advantage, and even in some cases traveling to some of our away games. So we really appreciate Mrs. Schmidt and Bobby Vitale. They really did a great job with our girls. We had a lot of cheerleaders this year, and we just really can't thank them enough. So for the cheerleaders for this year, for flag football, we had Haley Roberts, Madeline Knickerbocker, Maya Gaines, Piper Nelson, Audrey Forbes, Chelsea Constant, Jessica Ramsey, Alexa Martinez, Sabrielle Rivera, and Alicia Light. For our basketball cheerleaders, we had Haley Roberts, Kara Lawson, Kate Carula, Michaela Randall, Samantha Williams, Braylon Garcia, Miranda Fowler, Alicia Light, Jessica Ramsey, Piper Nelson, Chloe Carter, Zeta Ordonez, Madeline Knickerbocker, and Alexa Martinez. I'll go ahead and pass it off to Mrs. Schmidt.
Hello, Eagles. I am very privileged, first of all, to even talk about our cheerleaders. And I laugh every year because the cheerleaders always ask me, are we going to be part of the end of the year sports banquet or ceremony? And of course, I just laugh because, a lot of times they think that cheerleading is not a sport. And that is not true. We practice, we sweat, we memorize, and we are great encouragers of all those that are playing. I'm really, really proud of our cheerleaders. One of the things I have to say, right away, is I feel that over the last 2 years, I'm not sure if our cheerleading program would have been as successful if it wasn't for Bobby Vitale. So I needed to put a special shout out to her because, to be honest with you, I'm her sidekick. She knows what's going on. She knows everything, the stance, the words, the terminology. Being a college cheerleader herself, she has brought such excellence to the cheerleading teams, and I just want to tell her so much how much I appreciate her, and looking forward to working with her again next year. So I wanted to go ahead and go over my awards, and I got to tell you, this is very, very hard because not only was it hard, but we had several people that went ahead and did cheerleading in both of the teams for basketball and football, and they were just amazing. It was really difficult to make these decisions. But we came across two most improved that I really wanted to mention, and I'm really excited about looking towards the future for them and what they're going to be able to do with cheerleading, either here or where else they're going to be. Number one is Jessica Ramsey. She was just so intense, so serious, and took it really to the next level and really put in her time and practice to make herself a great cheerleader. The next person I wanted to mention was Piper Nelson. Piper was 120%, 150% every single time that she came to practice. She was always inspiring to others, always just put forth her best effort. and even lost her voice at times. And so I just wanted to tell her how much I appreciated all that she brought to our cheerleading team. When it comes to sportsmanship, our entire school is full of sportsmanship people, and they make the right choices. And so this was a very difficult decision. But two people, first of all, Madeline Knickerbocker. She, throughout the entire cheer, all year, is just an amazing person, not just on the cheer, but out there talking to the other players and also in the classroom. And just always helping other people be successful. She really knows what growth mindset is. I might not know this yet, and she'll laugh about it, and we are all just keep going. The other person that I want to mention is Chloe Carter, because Chloe is really a sportsmanship person. She wants everyone to be successful. She did a lot of things outside of our practices by looking at YouTube videos and suggesting different moves and cheers and bringing a whole new light to the team as well. So I want to appreciate her. So the last person I want to mention, and I'm going to cry because I love this person a lot, it's Haley Roberts. Without her, we wouldn't have the program we have over the last couple of years. I'm going to miss her greatly. I did hear that she got into the team at high school at Parrish, so I'm very, very excited for her. She really put in a lot of effort, and she coached all year long. Made choices not to play sports, made choices not to do activities outside of school because she really believed in our program and wanted to do the best. Because we had actually a lot more people this year, she also had to train 2 different times. So not only train the football squad, but also train the basketball squad. And boy, does she have empathy. She had patience. And, to train that many people, it was a lot for her. She took it on. And so I'm very, very proud of her. Without her, we would not have the value and the excellence that we did. Good luck to you guys during summer, and especially my 8th graders. And I pray that God bless you and keep you.
All right, next up, we're going to go ahead and hand out our Coach of the Year this year. This year's Coach of the Year goes to someone that poured his heart into our girls volleyball program. From the Saturday work sessions to all the team dinners and the knowledge that he passed along to our players, this coach went above and beyond for our girls and really made sure that they had our best experience playing for PCS. We won the first championship in school history, and even though it wasn't the most important part of the year, it really was a perfect capstone to the end of the season. We're blessed to have this coach at our school and as our board president, who was an integral part of getting this gymnasium built. I'm proud to be able to present this year's Coach of the Year award to Billy Urice. All right, next up, we're going to give our Excellence in Character Award. Now, this award is one of the most important awards because we really strive ourselves here at Palmetto Charter of always playing with a high level of character and integrity, and it shows because we've won the Sportsmanship Program of the Year award 5 years. So it's pretty exciting, and that's something that I'm most proud about. And so we have two awards to give out, one for one girl and one for a boy. The first one is going to be for our girl Excellence in Character. The recipient of this award this year goes to someone who has been a part of our athletic program for the past 3 years. She played an integral role in leading our volleyball team to our first ever championship and led with grace and class. Her work ethic, sportsmanship, and leadership resonated with all of our girls and helped lead us to the best volleyball season in school history. She also played an important role in our first ever girls basketball championship and did whatever the coaches asked to make sure the team was successful. She has great attitude, and it was a joy to coach. The Excellence in Character Award this year goes to Emily Carter. All right, next up we have our boy recipient of the Excellence in Character. This award goes to an athlete that does whatever is asked of him and does not complain. He will do whatever it takes to make sure that his team is successful and does it with a great attitude. His teammates know that they can always count on him to have a positive attitude, and they always look to him to see how to act the right way on and off the field. He's a great example of what it means to be a humble winner and how to be gracious in defeat. He played flag football, basketball, and soccer for us this year and was a great mentor for our younger athletes. It's my pleasure to give the Excellence in Character Award to Connor Infante. All right, next up, we have our Female Athlete of the Year. The Female Athlete of the Year award comes as no surprise this year. This athlete has been an unbelievable part of our girls' athletic program for the past 3 years. She played a vital role in all 3 girls' basketball teams that made it to the championship. In her last game she played for PCS, she carried the team with 23 points, all while being triple-teamed by a tough St. Stephen's team. It was an unbelievable performance, and her will to win and heart really showed in a big way to lead us to our first ever championship for our girls' basketball team. She was also a big part of our girls' volleyball championship and led our girls' soccer team to the first championship season in 5 years. She is just an unbelievable athlete, a great kid who will go down as one of the best athletes to come through our school. It's my pleasure to award the Athlete of the Year this year to Catherine Mercer. Our final award this year is going to be our Male Athlete of the Year. Our Male Athlete of the Year goes to a talented athlete who helped lead us to our first ever appearance in our soccer championship. He is the all-time leading scorer and was voted as captain of our soccer team. He was an extremely hard worker and really matured into becoming a great leader for our team. This player was a joy to coach and really fun to watch on the soccer field. He was also a great player for Mr. Bustle and I on our flag football team, as he was an integral part of our offense playing running back. It's my honor to present this year's Athlete of the Year award to Talon Cruz. All right, guys, in closing, I just wanted to thank all of you guys so much for just an outstanding year this year. To our 8th graders, you guys are always a part of our family, obviously, so even when you go off to high school or college or wherever you're going to go, just know that you can always come back here and challenge me and Mr. Durrance to one-on-one or play a pickup game with some of your friends. We'd love to see you guys back here. This gym is going to be something that I want you guys to enjoy and always be proud of. So for you 8th graders, just thank you guys. You're going to go out as champions. Like I said earlier, Athletic Program of the Year, Sportsmanship Program of the Year. Just could not be more proud of the job that you guys did this year. So thank you guys so much for making it just a wonderful year. And for you 5th, 6th, and 7th graders coming back, you guys have a lot to live up to. A lot of big shoes to fill left by our 8th graders. You guys are going to be leaders next year, and you guys are going to get to enjoy this gym. We need to make sure we make our school proud, and I'm just excited to see what you guys do for the future. So I hope you guys are staying safe. Have a wonderful evening, and make sure to stop by the school to come pick up your awards. All right? Congrats.